Have you ever had that feeling, a gut instinct, that something is different? Maybe your body feels slightly off, but your period isn't even late yet? What if I told you that your body starts telling you you're pregnant as early as 7 days after conception, long before any missed period, and most women don't even realize it? Welcome to Wombilogy, your trusted space for everything womb, women's health, and fertility. I'm so glad you're here. Today, we're diving into the 7-day signs, the earliest, most overlooked signals your body sends when a new life may be beginning inside you. Whether you're actively trying to conceive, or just want to be more in tune with your body, this video is for you. Let's get into it.
Before we get to the signs, let's quickly understand why your body changes so early. When a sperm fertilizes an egg, the resulting embryo travels down the fallopian tube and implants itself into the lining of your uterus. This typically happens between 6 to 12 days after conception. The moment implantation occurs, your body begins producing a hormone called HCG, human chorionic gonadotropin. This is the same hormone that pregnancy tests detect. And as HCG rises, it triggers a cascade of hormonal changes that cause very real, very noticeable physical and emotional symptoms. Sometimes as early as day. Your body is smarter than you think. You just need to know what to listen for.
Sign number 1. Implantation bleeding or spotting. This is one of the earliest and most specific signs of pregnancy, and it's often mistaken for the start of a period. When the fertilized egg burrows into the uterine lining, it can cause tiny blood vessels to rupture, resulting in light spotting or a pinkish-brown discharge. Here's how to tell the difference between implantation bleeding and a period. Implantation bleeding is much lighter than a normal period. It typically lasts only 1 to 3 days, not 5 to 7. The color is usually pink or light brown, not bright red. There's no heavy flow or clots. If you notice this kind of light spotting around 6 to 12 days after unprotected sex, take note. It could be your body's very first message. Sign number 2. Breast tenderness and changes. Oh, this one hits differently. And I mean that literally. Rising levels of progesterone and estrogen after conception can make your breasts feel unusually sore, heavy, or sensitive, even just 1 week in. You might notice your nipples feel more sensitive than usual. Your breasts feel fuller or heavier. Even your bra feels uncomfortable. The area around your nipples, called the areola, may appear slightly darker. Now, you might be thinking, but I get sore breasts before my period too. You're absolutely right. The difference is that pregnancy-related breast tenderness tends to be more intense, starts earlier, and doesn't ease up as your cycle progresses. It often gets more pronounced as the days go on. If your breasts are talking to you earlier than usual, listen. Sign number 3. Unusual fatigue. This is one of the most common early pregnancy symptoms, and one of the most underestimated. We're not talking about the normal tiredness you feel after a long day. This is a deep, bone-heavy exhaustion that hits you even when you haven't done much. Why does this happen so early? Because from the moment implantation occurs, your body kicks into overdrive. Your blood volume begins to increase, your metabolism accelerates, and your progesterone levels rise sharply, all of which signal your body to slow down and conserve energy. You might find yourself struggling to stay awake by midday, or sleeping longer than usual and still waking up tired. If fatigue hits you suddenly and intensely, especially around the time you'd expect implantation, it's worth paying attention. Sign number 4. Bloating and cramping. This is another one that gets easily confused with PMS, but there are key differences. After implantation, the uterus begins to stretch and prepare for the growing embryo. This can cause mild cramping, often described as a pulling or twinging sensation in the lower abdomen. It's usually gentler than period cramps and may be felt on one side. At the same time, hormonal changes can slow down your digestive system, leading to gas and bloating, even in the very first week. The key distinction here? The cramping of early pregnancy often doesn't come with the full flow of a period. It fades without bleeding, or is accompanied only by that light implantation spotting we talked about earlier. Your uterus is making room, and it wants you to know. Sign number 5. A heightened sense of smell. This one might surprise you, but it's one of the most fascinating early pregnancy signs. Suddenly, the smell of your partner's cologne makes you feel sick. Or the scent of food you normally love becomes completely unbearable. Or you're detecting smells other people around you can't even notice. This happens because of rapidly rising estrogen and HCG levels, which appear to sensitize the olfactory system, your sense of smell. Scientists believe this may actually be an evolutionary protection mechanism, helping pregnant women avoid potentially harmful substances before they even know they're pregnant. So if your nose suddenly feels like it has superpowers, or your nose is telling you, absolutely not, about something you normally enjoy, it might be trying to tell you something very important. Sign number 6. Mood swings and emotional sensitivity. You might find yourself tearing up at a commercial, or feeling a wave of anxiety that seems to come from nowhere, or going from happy to irritable in minutes. Sound familiar? In the first days and weeks of pregnancy, your hormones, especially progesterone and HCG, rise rapidly and dramatically. These hormonal surges directly affect the brain's neurotransmitters, leading to shifts in mood, heightened emotions, and even a sense of unease or unusual anxiety. This is completely normal and completely real. The difference between pre-period mood swings and early pregnancy mood swings? The pregnancy-related ones tend to feel more unpredictable, more intense, and may start earlier in your cycle. Your emotions are not overreacting. Your body is doing something remarkable. Sign number 7. Frequent urination. Wait, isn't this a later pregnancy symptom, when the baby presses on the bladder? Actually, frequent urination can begin very early, even within the first week of pregnancy, and it has nothing to do with the baby's size. Here's why. HCG and progesterone increase blood flow to the pelvic region and kidneys, causing the kidneys to filter blood more efficiently, producing more urine as a result. You might notice you're running to the bathroom more than usual, even waking up at night to urinate, without any other explanation like drinking more water. If trips to the bathroom are suddenly more frequent and you can't explain it, your body might be giving you an early hint. And here's a bonus sign, one that's incredibly useful if you've been tracking your cycle. Basal body temperature, or BBT, is your body's resting temperature, taken first thing in the morning before any activity. Normally, your BBT rises slightly after ovulation due to progesterone. If you're not pregnant, it drops back down just before your period starts. But if you are pregnant, your BBT stays elevated, consistently, past when your period would normally arrive. If you've been tracking your BBT and notice it remains high for 18 or more consecutive days past ovulation, that's a strong early indicator of pregnancy. For those on a fertility journey, BBT tracking is one of the most powerful tools you have. It tells a story, every single morning. Here's the question everyone wants answered. When should I actually take a pregnancy test? Here's the truth. Even though your body is changing from as early as day 7, most home pregnancy tests are not sensitive enough to detect HCG levels that early. The best time to take a home pregnancy test is the first day of your missed period, or at least 10 to 14 days after the date of possible conception. Some early detection tests claim accuracy 6 days before a missed period, but the results are far more reliable the closer you are to your expected period date. If you test early and get a negative result, but your period still doesn't come, test again a few days later. HCG doubles every 48 to 72 hours in early pregnancy, so a test that was negative yesterday could be positive tomorrow. Don't lose hope on a single negative.
Your body is extraordinary. It begins communicating with you from the very moment new life starts. You just need to know the language. Whether you're on a TTC journey, navigating a surprise, or simply becoming more in tune with your womb, I hope this video gave you the knowledge and confidence to listen more closely to what your body is telling you. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up. It helps more women find this information when they need it most. And don't forget to subscribe to Wombilogy for weekly content on women's health, fertility, and womb wellness. Drop a comment below and let me know, what was the first sign your body gave you? Your story could help someone else. Until next time, stay connected to your body. It always knows first. Take care of your womb.